Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames. If you're new, you know the do. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification bell, and while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now guys, in this video, we're going to go through the 14-page lawsuit that tonybuzbee has filed against Jayz and Marcy Croft and a bunch of other people. So there are quite a few people included in this lawsuit. We're going to get into it. So at the top of the lawsuit, it has Marcy Brian Croft, Rock Nation, LLC, MJ Legal, PA Jessica Santiago, Quinn Emmanuel, Urquhart, I think, and Sullivan. Now it says plaintiff's original petition for bribery and conspiracy to commit bribery. Plaintiff files this original petition against defendants Marcy Brian Croft, MJ Legal, PA Investigator Jessica Santiago, Rock Nation, LLC, and Quinn Emmanuel Urquhart and Sullivan, LLP. Quinn Emmanuel seeking damages and respectfully shows his honorable court the following. Defendants have conspired to obstruct justice by engaging, shadowing operatives to illegally seek out more than 24 current and former clients of the Buzbee law firm to convince those clients to bring frivolous cases against the Buzbee law firm. Defendant Rock Nation is financing the effort. Its attorneys, Marcy Croft and Quinn Emmanuel, are orchestrating the effort. In some cases, defendant's agent pretend to work for the state of Texas and have flash fake badges soliciting clients in a crime in the state of Texas, paying individuals to file false claims is unethical and criminal in the state of Texas. Impersonating a state official is a crime. In at least one case, defendant's agents offered as much as $10,000 to a former client of the Buzbee law. Exhibit 1, transcript between Jessica Santiago and Gerardo Garcia. Exactly. We have like 70 people that are in this class action, and there will be more. You are on the list, but we have other people too. Today, I'm visiting with you and with 3 more people who will sign up to be in the lawsuit. It will increase daily. We have more pages with people. I don't know how many, but there are many. And if there are more people in the class action, that is better for you because that means you will collect something. Exhibit 1, transcript between Jessica Santiago and Gerardo Garcia. We are from the state. Firm to sue the firm. Unfortunately for the defendants, their agents are not very smart or careful. Their agents were caught on audio tape, red-handed, not knowing they were being recorded. Defendant agents admitted that defendant Marcy Croft, a licensed Texas lawyer and a member of Team Rock, was orchestrating the effort, and in another recording, those agents described the criminal conspiracy in great detail, going so far to admit that the lawsuit would be in the press and that some former clients had already accepted money to join the effort. Rock Nation and Jayz are synonymous. Jayz is the founder and chairman of Rock Nation. At the same time, the illegal conduct described herein continues. The Buzbee law firm is pursuing claims on behalf of at least one client against Jayz in New York federal court, and as a result of that client's claim, Jayz sued the Buzbee law firm in Los Angeles State Court. Defendant Quinn Emmanuel, who represents Jayz in both cases and who also frequently represents Rock Nation, denied in open court and in the press involvement in the scheme described herein. That denial was a bold-faced lie. The illegal effort described here, which Rock Nation is funding and defendant Croft and defendant Quinn Emmanuel are orchestrating, is intended to interfere with the Buzbee law firm's ability to represent its client and offer pertinent evidence to authorities. Exhibit 2, Affidavit of Skylar Taylor. Exhibit 3, Affidavit of Shannon Champagne. The defendants were aggressive. These men offered me money to sign on as a client with them. Specifically, they offered me $10,000 in exchange for signing with them as a client. Affidavit of Shannon Champagne. Defendant scheme has been successful in 2 instances thus far. 2 cases have been filed to date, both utterly frivolous and patently false. Both will undoubtedly needlessly subject the former Buzbee law firm client to fees and expenses and will result in bar actions against the law firms who accept referrals of the cases from defendant Marcy Croft. Croft, of course, will also be subject to bar complaints. Her conduct is despicable and criminal despite being mandated by her client and self-described benefactor Roc Nation. Defendant Roc Nation routinely employs the law firm of Quinn Emanuel. Quinn Emanuel is also the law firm representing jayz in the case he filed against the Buzbee law firm in Los Angeles, as well as a case where jayz was sued by a client of the Buzbee law firm in New York, defendant Marcy Croft, as a long association with Quinn Emanuel and Roc Nation. Defendant scheme is summarized in the following recording transcript. What we're trying to do is we're trying to put this thing together for the company that we're working for. We could get you paid. You could get money right soon. We gave this kid $1,000 to start yesterday just to get him on the right path. At the end of the day, this is going to go through the courts. Buzbee is getting sued. Exhibit 4, page 6. As part of their scheme, defendant attempted to use the plaintiff herein as a pawn. On behalf of defendant Marcy Croft, 2 individuals approached the plaintiff. They were pushy. They told him he had to talk to them because they were with the state. They told him that they were putting together a lawsuit on behalf of defendant Marcy Croft and the company she was working for, and that she would assign his case to someone who could get him a lot of money. Thankfully, rather than go along with their illegal effort, the plaintiff recorded them instead. He now files suit for bribery, both a crime and a civil action. The state of Texas. This is just one of multiple cases to be filed by plaintiffs who have been illegally solicited by investigators working as part of a cabal headquartered in New York City. Defendants have a long history of the type of abusive and egregious conduct described herein. Because they have gotten away with it for so long, defendants think they can come down to Texas and do whatever they choose with impunity. They are wrong. Their behavior will have consequences both civilly and criminally. Parties. Plaintiff is a resident of Texas and Harris County. Defendant Marcy Brian Croft is a Texas licensed attorney and self-admitted member of Team Rock. She can be served through the Texas Secretary of State at her office at 1501 Jacksonian Plaza, 12159 Jackson, Mississippi, 39211. Marcy's connection with defendant Roc Nation and Quinn Emanuel is plainly demonstrated below. So below what they have is screenshots of post that was made on Instagram by Marcy Croft. It says the official and only law firm in Mississippi authorized by Team Rock to handle matters of Mississippi prison reform are Maron Marvel Bradley Anderson and Tardy LLC, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan LLP, Reed Smith LLP, Help at MS Prison Reform, Now.com, Team Rock. So they include the screenshot of Marcy Croft's Instagram page and a post that she included. Now it further states defendant MJ Legal PA is a business corporation and law firm performing legal services in Texas. This defendant can be served through the Secretary of State at her office via personal service to March Brian Croft at 1501 Jacksonian Plaza, 12159 Jackson, Mississippi, 39211. Defendant Roc Nation LLC is a limited liability company organized in Delaware and headquartered in New York. This defendant can be served through the Texas Secretary of State via registered agents at care of Corporate Creations Network, Inc., 600 Mama Ronick Avenue, number 400 Harrison, New York, 10528. Defendant Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan LLP is a limited liability partnership which may be served at its Houston office located at 700 Louisiana Street, Suite 3900, Houston, Texas 77002. Quinn Emanuel frequently represents Rock Nation and represents jayz in a lawsuit against the Buzbee law firm. Defendant Jessica Santiago is a resident of Harris County, Texas, and can be served by a personal service at her home address in Harrison County or wherever she may be found. Venue and jurisdiction. Venue is proper in Harris County, Texas, pursuant to Section 15.002A1 of the Texas Civil Practices and Remedies Code, because all or a substantial part of the events or omissions giving rise to the claims occurred in Harris County, Texas. The court has subject matter jurisdiction because the amount in controversy is within the jurisdictional limits of this court. Moreover, all of the incidents in question occurred in Harris County. Discover Control Plan. Plaintiffs intend to conduct discovery under Level 3 of Texas Rule of Civil Procedure 190.4 and affirmatively pleads that this suit is not governed by the expedited actions process in Texas Rule of Civil Procedure 169 because plaintiff requests injunctive relief and plaintiff seeks monetary relief over $100,000. Evidence. This filing is supported by the following evidence, which is attached and incorporated herein. A transcript of defendant Jessica Santiago Gerardo Garcia. B, transcript of defendant agent and Skylar Taylor. C, affidavit of Skylar Taylor. D, affidavit of Shannon Champagne. We're moving on to where they say facts, which is number 5. On behalf of two clients, Tony Buzbee and the Buzbee law firm sent demand letters to Sean jayz Carter, attorney in New York. The letters made no monetary demand. They only sought a confidential sit-down to discuss the client's allegation. In response to the two letters, defendant Quinn Emanuel filed suit against the Buzbee law firm. The suit alleged that the firm was trying to extort Sean jayz Carter. The lawsuit was and is frivolous and will be dismissed. Several weeks later, the Buzbee law firm, on behalf of one of the client who sent a demand letter, filed a lawsuit against Mr. Carter. At or around that time, defendant conspiracy began. As part of the conspiracy, current and former client of the Buzbee law firm began receiving solicitations from investigators asking current and former clients to sue the firm. The investigator used burner phones. Many times the investigators use fake names or flash badges or credentials, but would not let the client see them. During some of the contacts, the investigators were pushy, and in at least 2, they pretended to be acting on behalf of the state of Texas. Several of these calls were caught on either camera or tape. In each instance, the investigators were careful not to disclose or whose behalf they were working for good reason. The defendant in this case did not want to disclose their participation in the flagrant violation of Texas law. Indeed, these defendants openly and brazenly violated Texas criminal laws dozens of times. One such target of defendants' solicitation was plaintiff Gerardo Garcia. Mr. Garcia is a resident of Harris County. He was injured in a Jones Act lawsuit and hired the Buzbee law firm to represent him. His case was settled in 2020. He was happy with the resolution of his case and had no complaint with the Buzbee law firm nearly 5 years later. After his case had resolved, not seeking to hire a lawyer or file a lawsuit, Mr. Garcia was contacted out of the blue by 2 investigators. This contact was an illegal solicitation and was made on behalf of and as part of a conspiracy involving defendants Croft, Rock Nation, and Quinn Emanuel. One of these investigators identified herself as Jessica Santiago. These 2 investigators approached Mr. Garcia at his home and flashed a badge. They told plaintiff Garcia several times that they were in They were from the state. They asked Mr. Garcia if he was unhappy with his settlement from 2020 and whether they could see his settlement documents. They were pushy. They followed this up by explaining to him that they were with the state but could connect him with a private lawyer so he could sue the Buzbee law firm. They told Garcia several times that there was money in this for you. These investigator requests became increasingly aggressive and hostile. At some point, defendant agents demand Mr. Garcia produce his medical records and offered him money to hire the private lawyer to sue the Buzbee law firm. Mr. Garcia decided to call Buzbee law firm and report the conduct despite her best efforts in disguising the identities of those she was working for. Investigator Jessica Santiago was caught on tape disclosing to Mr. Garcia she was working for an attorney named Marcy Croft. This could have been orchestrated by Buzbee too. Buzbee could have set up these people to be doing this. I think it's too convenient. At the law firm, MJ Legal PA defendant Marcy Croft is an attorney in Jackson, Mississippi. Defendant MJ Legal is the law firm Ms. Croft purportedly owns. Ms. Croft advertises herself as a member of Team Rock. Moreover, Ms. Croft advertises that she has become actively involved with criminal justice reform and prison reform alongside Rock Nation philanthropic arm, Team Rock. She further advertises herself as being involved in numerous litigation action pending on behalf of Team Rock, families, and hundreds of incarcerated men. Marcy Croft has worked with Rock Nation for years alongside Queen Emmanuel, Alex Spiro. Spiro and Queen Emmanuel are currently opposing the Buzbee law firm in at least 2 cases. But Buzbee could have set up this too, because how convenient for him to capture all of this. If Marcy Croft is a seasoned attorney, she wouldn't be playing those sloppy games. So this could have been well orchestrated by Tony Buzbee. But let's continue. We're at number 5, causes of action. Bribery, solicitation, Texas Penal Code, section 38.12. All defendants. Plaintiff incorporates the preceding paragraphs of this petition as if set forth fully herein. Defendant Rock Nation LLC in conspiracy with Queen Emmanuel orchestrated and instructed defendant Croft and MJ Legal to send agents, private investigators in Texas to the homes of the firm ex-clients who were also in Texas. One of these ex-clients was plaintiff Gerard Garcia. Once there, these agents, investigators solicited employment from defendant Croft and defendant MJ Legal. Each of these defendants offered money to plaintiff to hire defendant Croft and sue the firm. To add insult to injury, these investigators sent by defendant acted as if they were we're moving on to a new page. Acted as if they were government officials or police officers. Okay. But how convenient for you to have all of this captured. That is just so questionable, isn't it? Even going so far as to brandish a badge and tell Mr. Garcia they were from the state. Defendant Rock Nation is knowingly financing the commission of these criminal offenses and is therefore guilty of same. Queen Emmanuel is assisting in the conspiracy and has publicly lied about its involvement and has also had its lawyer lie directly to a state court judge in Texas about its involvement. Civil conspiracy, all defendants. Plaintiff incorporates the preceding paragraphs of this petition as if set forth fully herein. Defendant make up more than 2 persons who sought to accomplish a goal of committing bribery and soliciting clients to sue the firm. All defendants had a meeting of the minds of this organized criminal conduct and then took many unlawful acts to accomplish this criminal conduct. As a result, plaintiff suffered damages in an amount to be proven at trial. Because defendants conduct was committed with actual malice, plaintiff seeks exemplary damages against defendants. Punitive damages. Plaintiff incorporates the preceding paragraphs of this petition as if set forth fully herein. Defendant's conduct was committed with actual malice, and as such, plaintiff seeks exemplary damages against defendant. Moreover, because this involves a violation of a criminal statute, no damage caps are applicable to plaintiff damage. As approximate result of all defendant conduct, plaintiff has suffered damages in an amount to be proven at trial. Buzbee's too greedy. Number 6, damages. Plaintiff incorporates the preceding paragraphs of this petition as if set forth fully herein as a direct and proximate result of the occurrence made the basis of his lawsuit. Plaintiff suffered injury. Plaintiff seeks the following damages pursuant to Texas law. A. Compensatory damage in an amount to be proven at trial. B. Consequential and special damages in an amount to be proven at trial. C. Exemplary damages. D. Interest of damages pre and post judgment in accordance with the law. E. Cost of court. F. Attorney's fees. And G. Such other and further relief to which plaintiff is entitled. He ain't entitled to nothing. He's just a money grabber. Now they're saying number 7, demand for jury. Plaintiff respectfully demand a jury trial on those issues where appropriate. 7, conclusion and prior. Upon trial of this matter, plaintiff respectfully prays for judgment as follows: that the defendant be restrained as set forth herein. B, the court enter judgment in favor of plaintiff for damages permitted by law. C, such other relief at law or inequity to which plaintiff may be justly entitled. So we're on page 13 and 14, just has like their name, contact number, fax number, and that's the end of that lawsuit that Tony Buzbee has filed against jayz and his cohorts. Let me know what are your thoughts. While you're at it, thumbs up, subscribe, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.